All right, PT speaking. Let's knock this one out. This can be a difficult task for some people when they're trying to get to that 65, 79 mark. It's quite similar to where people have difficulties in IELTS with writing. With PTE speaking, they're not just looking for conversational skills. You got to have proper pronunciation. You have real proper pronunciation and fluency, meaning you got to have the rhythm. So a lot of times they can speak English well, but the fluency and the pronunciation is not there, and you don't get the score that you think you deserve. I'm going to address one of the most common pronunciation issues that people have, and that is dealing with ED. When we look at ED, a lot of times we just think it's ed. We read it as ed because that's the way that you're taught English. This is how you pronounce ED, ed. There's actually more than one sound that the ED will make depending on how the verb ends, and we're going to look at that today. All right, so this is the read aloud practice, just an example of it. What we want to do is identify the ED words. So we can see four different ED words. Now, are they all read the same way? So let's give it a try. We're going to read out the words, all the EDs with the ed sound, and see if that sounds correct to you guys. Betty visited her grandparents last week, and it ended up being the best time of her life. She hugged and kissed them over and over again when it was time for her to go home. Did that sound normal to you guys? Probably not. So how many ways can we pronounce ED? If you take a look, there are actually 3 different ways. The first one is ID, as id. We changed the sound to id, shortened the sound. The reason is because we're not going to be reading ED with the primary stressed syllable, meaning the long sound. We won't be reading it with ed. So we're going to shorten it to secondary stress and just make it id. Okay, so that is the sound that ED would make. It will be id. The second one would just be a D sound, and it's d. And third, it's a completely different sound, no D's. It's a T sound. T. I'm sure you have heard the sounds over and over again. You just weren't aware of the rules. So that's what we're doing today, and we're going to go over the rules. When dealing with ID sound, id, words ending with the letter T and D, that is when you're going to be hearing the ID sound, the id. Okay, so other than that's pretty much it. You won't be hearing the id sound. It's not as common as the other D and the T. So when you have a T and a D verb, or if you have a word ending with T or D, for example, wait, id, wait, id, waited. They waited 3 hours for the train. Visit, id, visit, id, visited. I visited San Francisco in December. Plant, id, planted. The tree was planted last summer. Ended. We have ended our relationship. Befriend, id, befriended. She befriended me on Facebook. Attend, id, attended. My parents attended my graduation. All right, moving along, we got D sound. And the D sound, we have a lot of different words that can have the D sound. When you got words that end with the letter B, G, TH, V, SE, GE, M, N, NG, R, L, W, Y, Z. All of these can carry the D sound, D. So for example, beg, D, beg, D, begged. My dog begged me to take him for a walk. Raise, D, raise, D, raised. My parents raised me to be respectful. Claim, D, claimed. The suspect claimed he was innocent. Banned. The city has banned smoking in public places. Cleared. The area has been cleared for new development. Rolled. rolled. The glass rolled off the table and broke. And lastly, we have the T sound. This is the one that doesn't have anything to do with D. The pronunciation of it would be T. Letters or words that end with P, K, GH, S, SH, CH, or X all carry the T sound. For example, pop, T, pop, T, popped. The balloon popped next to my ear. Talk, T, talk, T, talked. I talked to my professor yesterday. Laugh, T, laugh, T, laughed. My classmates laughed at my test score. Kiss, T, kiss, T, kissed. My grandma kissed me on the cheek. Brush, T, brush, T, brushed. I have not brushed my teeth in a week. Yuck, that's pretty disgusting. Last one, reach, T, reach, T, reached. We have reached our destination. So going back to the read aloud, now that we know what the proper pronunciation would be for each ED, we can see that for the T and the D, it would be visited and ended. And for a G, it would be D. And then kiss, K-I-S-S, the S would be a T. So if we read it over, it would be, Betty visited her grandparents last week, and it ended up being the best time of her life. She hugged and kissed them over and over again when it was time for her to go home. And that's it. Those are the tips for pronunciation with words ending with ED. I hope the information was helpful. Now, if you're comparing the speaking task and the writing task with IELTS, I would still say PTE overall would be easier to obtain your higher score, your 65s and your 79s. It does require practice, so practice will help you succeed. Please subscribe to my channel. If you need private tutoring, feel free to book a lesson on my website.